Hello friends, followers and channel members, welcome to another video here in Microsoft Flight Simulator, and in today's video we're going to be staying well clear of Airbus, and in fact we are concentrating entirely on Boeing for what has been some amazing news from the Asobo and Microsoft Flight Simulator team regarding the Boeing 747 and the Dreamliner, the Boeing 787 in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Now, of course, the 787 Dreamliner is only a featured aircraft that is included in the Premium Deluxe version of Microsoft Flight Simulator, but you can also purchase this separately from the marketplace. However, this news also contains really exciting information around the Boeing 747, which is included in all versions of Microsoft Flight Simulator. Now, you may remember that last November the Microsoft Flight Simulator team announced that they were bringing a new kind of update to the simulator, and that was an Aircraft and Avionics update, or AAU for short. Well, what they have done now is announced that the next big AAU update is going to be for the 747 and the 787 Dreamliner, as they are going to update the aircraft, and quite importantly they are going to look at really bringing the avionics more in line with the real aircraft systems. Now, obviously it's fair to say that this is probably welcome news to most of you, because when the simulator was first released, now coming up to 3 years ago, the 747 and the Dreamliner was quite basic. While I still feel that personally this was probably the most advanced default aircraft that we'd perhaps seen in a simulator from its release, they still had a lot of in-op systems. In their latest update, Jörg Newman, who is the head of Microsoft Flight Simulator, and Matt Nissan, who is the founder of Working Title Simulations, have announced together that both the 787 and the 747 are going to undergo a complete systems overhaul to bring them more in line with feeling like a proper premium product. Yes, these aircraft are going to be completely overhauled with the terms of their systems. They're going to have much better quality LNAV. Cost index is going to be reworked. The auto throttle with correct modes is also going to be reworked. The FMC and the fly-by-wire systems, trim speeds, etc. All of that is being redone to be much more realistic, and they're also going to be updating the flight model based on real performance data. And I know one thing that all of you are suddenly wondering, is VNAV going to be working? Well, yes, I can confidently tell you that VNAV in both these aircraft is also included in the overhaul and going to be much more realistic. So that's a big win for many pilots out there. So just how much detail is this update going to go into? Well, not as much as the citation longitude, but definitely more than the CJ4. They've also added things like checklists to the flight deck, and the HDU heads-up display which features on the Dreamliner has also been overhauled as well. Now, of course, this is amazing news for us flight simmers, particularly if you love flying these two kinds of aircraft, and the update is planned to be released on June the 23rd. However, might this not all be good news? If you are a fan of these two aircraft, then you will no doubt have come across Salty Simulations and Heavy Division, who have created freeware mods for both the 747 and the 787 respectively. And of course, with these new updates planned, how is this going to affect them? Because this is essentially what their freeware modifications have done, much like the fly-by-wire team did with the Airbus A32NX. Their modifications will presumably, following this update, no longer be needed. Perhaps they can take this update and run with it even further to develop it and make it even more realistic. But one of the really exciting things for Xbox users, of course, means that for those of you who haven't been able to use the Salty Simulations or Heavy Division mods for these two aircraft, there will be no need now, because they will be included even on Xbox editions, so no longer will just the PC flyers be able to have all the advanced avionics. Some would say, of course, that this is great news as well, because it means you're having less modifications made to the base game. Less modifications, of course, means that there is less chance of things going wrong, causing crash to desktops, something we've all experienced with Microsoft Flight Simulator. There is, of course, another huge repercussion of this update, and that is for the developers that base their payware aircraft on the systems modelled by Asobo, and I'm talking about Captain Sim. Now, we know that his 777 and 767 are based upon the avionics and flight decks, etc., on the Asobo aircraft. Well, if they're getting a major update, one of two things, I suppose, can happen. Does this mean that it will just break the 767 and 777 that Captain Sim has done, or will it actually make these a little bit more realistic? I'd love to hear your view on this particular topic, so please do leave a comment down below if you think that this update is actually going to increase the value of the Captain Sim aircraft, because in theory, all of their avionics will, of course, get the default upgrade once Asobo releases this update. So, what are your thoughts on this update, and of course your thoughts on the Heavy Division and the Salty mods, which have benefited us, the users, for so long? Would love to hear your views down in the comments section below. Thank you so much for watching. If you have found this video useful, then please do leave a like, and of course if you are new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications bell so you don't miss any future live streams and videos. Thank you for watching. I'll see you all again in the next one. Bye bye for now.